Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cask 529. I'm Brian.
And I'm Shona.
And tonight, we're going to look at 4 bourbons for under $25 a bottle. It's something new we haven't done yet, and we just kind of want to show people that you don't have to go out and buy those $50 or $60 or $100 bottles of bourbon. There's lots of varieties to look at, $25 or under. Tonight we're going to look at a Maker's Mark, straight bourbon, brand new bottle. And I've got to be honest, Shona and I are fairly new to bourbon, and we were talking, neither one of us have ever had Maker's Mark, so almost embarrassed to say, but we're also going to look at Wild Turkey 101. We have enjoyed some of this. It's another great bottle. Believe it or not, it's hard to believe you can get 101 proof Wild Turkey for under $25.
And from what I hear, I know that you and I have had this, but I'm anxious to try it in a blind because everybody I hear talking about the lower end bottles have nothing but good things to say about Wild Turkey 101.
Right, yeah, you're right.
I know that we kind of, well, Bulleit's your favorite, but we kind of steer, like I go in the Woodfords and stuff like that. So I've never really tasted it in a blind, so I'm anxious to see how it lines up in a blind. And
Shona mentioned Bulleit. When she first brought the idea to me about a $25 and under bottle, I wasn't even thinking that Bulleit Orange Label was going to fall in there. So that was a nice surprise. $24.99 for a 750 ml bottle of Bulleit Orange.
All 3 of those ones are $24.99, correct?
Yes, that is correct. The first 3 bottles were all $24.99. And then the last bottle we're going to look at is Redemption. Again, neither one of us have had this, but this bottle comes in at $23.99. And it is a 88 proof. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see where this falls on the palate. That is, interestingly enough, distilled in Indiana, but it is bottled down in Kentucky at Bardstown.
Yep. And so, it actually has the mash bill right on it.
It does, yeah. It's got 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% barley. It's aged in new charred oak barrels.
Okay, so the Redemption is 88 proof, and I believe both the Bulleit and the Maker's Mark are 90.
That's correct, 90 on the Bulleit, 90 on the Maker's Mark.
Okay,
and of course we already said 101 for Wild Turkey 101.
Okay. So we got a little bit of variety there from 88 to 101.
We do, but I think the important thing is we're looking at $25 bottles.
Yeah.
Actually just under, so.
Yes.
And what's going to be interesting in another show is between 25 and 30, it's amazing what you're going to open up in that range.
We're going to try to do one of those shows in the next couple weeks or so, as soon as we can narrow down which ones we want to put in that category.
Right. So what do you think? Should we?
Yeah. We had a friend stop by a little while ago to pick up an order that they had ordered off our woodworking business, and so we kindly asked them to pour these out for us, and just like my sister did the other night, they put it here.
We got a key in the glass.
So and this time you can line them up because I lettered
see. I see.
glasses.
Yeah, we didn't have that last time.
No, so you can move these around so you can put them in the order that you want them.
Perfect. Great.
Okay, so we're going to start with A.
Yeah. Get a little drink of water.
I am interested in seeing how these line up.
I am too. I'm really anxious. I've been looking forward to this all afternoon. First impression on the nose. Wild Turkey 101?
No, I don't think so. It was, I guess I, I just went right for the taste. I smelled it, but didn't even try to smell for anything.
I was busy looking at the legs, so.
You know, I'm not really getting a whole lot on the nose. However, I can tell you that the first taste was nice and sweet.
It is. I get that maple syrup again.
Yeah, it's
A little bit of charred oak.
a definitely easy drinking.
It is, very.
I got the charred oak that time. I didn't get it the first time, I just got that sweetness, but as I rolled it around my tongue, I got that. But very, very good.
It is.
Any guesses what that might be? Are you
well,
ready to guess?
The finish, for me, the finish seems to finish really warm. And I didn't have that really initially back through the palate.
I didn't feel any.
You didn't get that?
No, but I still had. It's kind of still a sweet taste on my tongue, to be honest. It was whatever
Oh, no,
it is. It's really nice.
I still have the sweetness, but it's warm.
Yeah, it has a good lasting.
And I didn't get the warm all the way down like a lot of times you do. So could have been. Maybe it was dinner.
That was a couple hours ago. Now this one smells a little higher proof, maybe. Got a little burn in my nose as I'm smelling it.
Does it?
Well, picked up, some char off the barrels.
Now, to me, that one is really mild.
Yeah, I'm going, it went away. Like as soon as,
Yeah, there wasn't. There's not a whole lot of substance to that.
no.
There was a little bit of sweetness. I got a little bit of oak. I didn't get any heat.
No, I didn't get any heat, but I also
Off
didn't
of
get
that.
really sweetness. Let me taste it again. I'm really not getting anything, unless I've just been working in the sawdust too much today, I'm just not getting
That could
anything
be.
on the nose.
It could be. I was thinking earlier I was going to need to take a Mucinex, so I know the sawdust got to me today.
I don't not like it.
It's just really,
But-
really mild. But
Yeah.
and it's not that there isn't flavor. There is a flavor there. It's not like an explosion of flavor. It's like maybe I said maple, but maybe a little bit of honey.
Oh.
But real low level of it. I mean, it's not like
I think it's definitely more of a maple, like mapley syrup taste than honey. Again, these are $25 and under.
Right.
So I guess.
But
we
so
can't
far,
expect- they're both good.
Yeah.
I think B would be more of a mixer.
yeah, and probably what we need to look at too is they're $25 bottles of bourbon, So I think so far there's good value there at $25.
Oh, yeah.
They're clearly not a $50 or $60 bottle of bourbon,
Right.
but they're not bad.
No, and we're drinking them neat, and I
Yeah.
can drink them both neat.
Yep, absolutely.
But if you're looking for a full-bodied flavored one, B's not it.
No, I agree.
A has good flavor. A's good.
Okay. Moving on to C. Somebody likes that one.
Well, I like the smell. I can definitely smell it. I can smell the sweetness. Not sure. I'm picking up a couple other flavors. The smells, I should say, and I can't identify them. But this one I'm definitely smelling more than I smelled on these two. But I haven't tasted it yet. Go ahead.
You haven't tasted
Nope,
it
go
yet?
ahead.
Okay, no, you go ahead and taste it first, and then I'll tell you what I think I'm tasting.
Kind of tasting marshmallows.
I was going to say caramel.
Yeah.
Caramel served on a charred oak board.
Caramel served with burnt marshmallows on
Yeah.
a wooden stick.
There you go, over the campfire. That would be good around the campfire.
Wow.
And at that price, you can invite all your friends over.
That is. Is this your Bulleit, you think? I mean, this is. You drink more Bulleit than I do.
Yeah, I
don't know. But
it's
this is
so
really
hard.
good.
It's so hard on these, and if I say, oh yeah, that's definitely my Bulleit, the Bulleit's going to end up being this one here that had no flavor or something.
Well, I can tell you whatever C is, it has a lot of flavor.
It's busy.
It's leaves a wonderful taste. Like after, it just sits and it's just a sweet, smoky taste. Like I think it definitely is like toasted marshmallows, an oaky toasted marshmallow
It's really
with
good.
some caramel topping on it. And if it had some chocolate in it,
Right.
I mean, this would be heaven.
Right. That'd be a dessert wine.
Yeah, maybe
Dessert
as soon
wine.
as we taste the next one, I'll go grab us each a piece of dark chocolate real quick, and we'll have that and see
See what that does.
what it does.
So far, we haven't had D.
No,
That's got a pretty high. That's pretty high on my list. I hate to pick one when I know one of my favorite bourbons is in the lineup.
you know that's why I'm honestly happy like Woodford's not in it, because you and I pick on each other about the Bulleit and the Woodford, knowing that we.
And neither one of us picked our bourbon.
I know that we claim those are our favorites. However, when we're doing other ones in blinds, we never end up picking our favorites.
But it's true, and they say that, you know, when you don't know what it is you're tasting, you pay a little more attention to it, and you don't get the things that you know should be there, or you feel should be there. And then once you find out what it is, you're like, oh yeah, I see that.
This one smells good too. This one has kind of a caramely. It has to be one of the lower proof ones though, because when I'm sniffing it, it's not like burning, but it smells really good.
It's got a good flavor. We had one the other night, and we said it was like bourbon water. Do you remember what that was? It was real low proof.
Oh yeah,
It was
it's
the
Four
Four
Roses.
Roses. It was
Yeah, the 88 proof
the
Four
88.
Roses. And you're right, this kind of reminds me.
Yeah. So I don't know if that might.
Do you think it might be safe to say this is probably redemption then?
That was
Because
my
it's
first
88
thought.
proof?
That's kind of where I was going with it, but
But I feel like you're right.
there's just not. I feel like it has more flavor than the Four Roses did. This particular pour, but it puts me in mind of that.
I don't know if I'm ready to say that. I guess we need to, if this is the other 88 proof,
Yeah,
what we need to do
we
is
need to try those.
try it.
Yeah,
and see.
I agree. I don't know. I get some oak.
Oh, yeah, I definitely get oak. I also
which
get some like maple syrupy.
Yeah, I get the maple syrup, but the oak would make sense because it's pretty prominent. And with that being aged in new charred oak barrels, I would think that would be a prominent flavor.
You know, I know that you and I just really the other night did rye for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd never really done them. But so that rye flavor, I think I'm picking up in this one, so that makes me think it might be the redemption as well, because I think it had
It was real
like
low.
20,
It was real low rye, wasn't it?
but it was 20-some%.
Yeah, 21% rye.
And so I'm wondering if that's not what I'm picking up in here.
Possibly. Smooth, balanced, and slightly spicy.
You know what? I'm going out on a limb, and I'm saying D is redemption. Now, with that said, I'm not saying it's my favorite. I'm
Well,
just saying I think that's what that is.
I'm going to go back through again and compare B with D.
To see which one's in last place.
Well, because B didn't have much going on either, remember?
All in all, though, before we line these up, I just have to say I am truly impressed, because I know we've had Wild Turkey 101 just a couple times. I mean, and it was not neat when we drank it.
No, and we seldom drink our bourbon neat.
Right. And so I am impressed with all of these being under $25.
You know, we've talked about, and we're still going to do it. We're going to do a show where Sean and I are each going to pick some bottles and give ourselves, we talked about maybe a $200 or $250 budget. If we were starting a bar, our personal bar, what bottles would we get with that budget? But with that being said, if you had $100, I don't know that you could pick a better lineup.
Yeah, because I mean, this is $100.
Yeah,
So
there's $100 there, and they're all enjoyable.
yeah, we got to work out the details of that show, because
Definitely.
do we have to have the same number of bottles? Can we?
I don't feel so. I feel like we have a budget, and whatever, it's all about personal preference. So if I can put 8 bottles in my lineup for $250, and you can only put
2.
6 or 2, depends on how pretty the bottles are, I guess. I don't think we have to have the same number of bottles. I think the dollar value is more important than the number of bottles.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Back to business. I'll tell you what really confuses me about that is, look at the legs on that.
Every time you talk about legs, I think we're looking at
I
wine.
know, but we're not. That just doesn't, that's not conducive of an 88 proof, I don't feel. This didn't have anything like that. It had some, but
Yeah.
you're going for it.
Yep, I got mine. While you're lining yours up, I'm going to grab us a couple pieces of dark chocolate. So
And that's for D.
that was for C.
See?
Hi, baby.
It's Rex making his nightly appearance. We have a chocolate lab, and I swear he knows as soon as we turn the camera on. I'm gonna leave A where it's at.
Okay.
I'm moving C down to where B's at, and I'm really torn on B and D. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna leave B ahead of D, because on the second taste and the second go around, I felt like there was a lot more going on with B than there was the first time.
Okay. Well, I put C in first.
Okay.
Then I have A. So we're kind of close, only a little bit flip-flop.
And then we're
And then
reversed
B
down
and
there.
D.
Yeah.
No, we're the same down there. B and D.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So third and
So
fourth in the same
we're
place.
pretty close.
Yep. So let's find out what these babies are.
Okay, so A.
Gotta flip it over.
Say.
They wrote it on a piece of. I hurried up because I needed a piece of scrap paper for them.
Guess what we did?
What?
Guess what I did?
What?
A
A is your bullet.
is my bullet.
Truly is your favorite, then, isn't it?
I don't know. It was kind of stuck out tonight.
So what one's C?
C is the Wild Turkey
Woohoo!
101.
You know, I thought it was that one. I really did. Because you got
So
all
that was
kinds
your
of flavors.
one. So you have Wild Turkey Bullet. I have Bullet Wild Turkey.
Yep.
Okay.
B
Okay. B
is makers.
is the Maker's Mark,
All right. So that means D is the redemption.
which is where I put it.
Yep, that's where I put it too.
I shouldn't say that's where I put it. It just at 88 proof. It's not a bad pour.
No.
I'm still willing to say that I feel that was better than the 88 proof Four Roses.
Okay.
But we'll do a comparison on those some night.
Maybe we can find 4 88 proofs
Yeah.
and check those out.
But at $23.99,
You can't go wrong with any of these for under $25.
I would not stray away from that. That's
No.
a good bottle for $23.99.
Yeah, it's a great mixer.
It is a great mixer. But this overall was a great lineup for under $25.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. You did a great job. That was a great job. That was a good call. I originally had said I wanted to do a show that was, I think I said under $50.
Under 50. And I'm like, you know what? No, because there's a lot of
Yeah.
people looking for stuff.
Yeah, and that would have been, and we could have put just
Yeah.
about anything.
So what I wanted to do, after he said under $50, just so you guys are aware, I said, how about we do different tiers? Because, you know, a lot of people are looking for gifts for people. And, you know, several people have reached out to you, especially when Father's Day came up and stuff.
Yep.
Like, what's a good gift? And you never know, one, somebody's taste, or two, somebody's budget. And so I said, how about we do different tiers? That way, you know, people will know what our favorites are in each tier. So 25 and under, our favorites are Bulleit Orange Label and Wild Turkey 101.
Yep.
And so if you're looking for a gift for under $25 for, you know, a bourbon drinker, those are the two that we're going to recommend now.
Absolutely.
And so our next show, or not our next show, but the next time, we're going to look, sorry. There's a deer that's just walking out in the yard and my eyes caught it. Sorry. I'm like, what? It's down there grazing on the grass. Sorry about that. So, so the next time we do one of these lineups, we're going to do 30 and under.
$30.
30, between 25 and 30, and then I want to do 30 to 35. And then 35 to 40, and on up.
And like I said at the start of the show, you're going to be surprised, I think, what is going to fall into the $30 range when we add $5 more to it.
Yeah.
I think even Woodford is going to fall in there.
No,
it's a $34, I think.
It's more.
And we're in Ohio, guys,
Yes.
just for comparison. So maybe not in all parts of the country are you going to find Bulleit for under $25 or Wild Turkey. But that's where we're at. Ohio is nice enough to force everybody to sell at retail. So.
Yeah, and I lost what I was going to say there.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Oh, and we're also going to stick with things that you can generally get on the shelf in Ohio, at least.
Yes, we're going to try to
not
stay
going to do
away from
allocated
allocated bottles.
Yeah.
We want you to be able to walk into the store, find what we're talking about at the
Right.
price point we're talking about, and walk out with
Right.
it.
Not that we don't like searching for those allocated bottles, but
It's part of it, I guess.
yeah, it is. It is part. It's kind of fun.
It is. Until you stand in line for a couple hours and everything they release is nothing you're looking for.
Well, that's why it's on you and not me. All right.
So this is for our C?
This is for C, because I just want to see it with chocolate, because it's amazing.
It really is.
So,
What that does to that Wild Turkey,
oh,
very, very good.
when Bryan and I first started drinking bourbon, and when I really started drinking dry wine, we found that dark chocolate really enhanced both of them.
I wanted to like bourbon so bad, and I just didn't get anything out of it. And so one night we were here, and I thought, I'm going to try just a little nibble of dark chocolate. And I was drinking Angel's Envy, which shouldn't be hard to find something there. And wow, I took that one little bite of dark chocolate, and it was like a whole new world. So.
Because you were used to, like us, taking dark chocolate to wineries and stuff and
Right.
having it with wine.
Yep.
And of course, you were just eating the chocolate to kill the taste of wine,
To
because I
kill
know
the
you don't
taste of the
like
wine.
it.
Absolutely.
And thank you for
Anything.
doing that for me.
Oh, you're welcome.
So it's fun that you've found the connection with dark chocolate and bourbon as well.
It is. And I had an opportunity, I'm not going to name any names or anything, but I had an opportunity to drink some really nice bourbons a while back. And we tried some dark chocolate with those. And although the bourbons were good without the chocolate, with the chocolate it was like a whole nother world, really. So we don't make a habit now of eating dark chocolate with our bourbon.
We do not.
But that was a fun experiment.
Yes, and I'm going to probably finish a couple more pieces of chocolate.
Because you have a lot more sample. So I think what we can take out of the show is don't shy away from $25 or under bottles of bourbon.
No. And if you're looking for a gift for someone 25 and under, you know they're a bourbon drinker.
Yep.
We would definitely, out of this lineup, I mean, we don't have other ones to compare it to, but out of this lineup, Bulleit Orange and Wild Turkey 101.
And guys, just because the redemption for us is down at this end, it's not a bad pour. It really isn't.
It's just kind of mild.
It's only 88 proof.
Yep.
And these others offer a lot more than that.
Yes.
So if you go to the store and you're looking for something quick for $25 or under and you can't find these and this is sitting there, don't walk out empty-handed.
Great.
So I think that's all we've got for tonight.
It is.
If you'd hit that subscribe button, we'd sure appreciate that, and the like button. And until next time, have a great night, everyone.
Thank you.